TNT's Ronni Le Tekrø joins us on the Music Universe podcast. Now, you may realize Matt is not with me today. That's because he's en route to me right now as I'm recording this. He is headed to California. We have some cool events to do this weekend, which you'll find more about later. But right now, my guest is Ronni Le Tekrø, TNT's guitarist. We chat about what the band has coming up, but mostly about his new project with Leadfoot. Comes out March 24th, called Limited Edition Lava Lamp. It's their second album together. And we talk about Ronnie's career too, as well as the Le Tekrø sound, as they call it. So it's going to be a short episode, just mostly the interview with Ronnie. So let's get down to it. Ronni Le Tekrø from TNT, welcome to the Music Universe. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing really good tonight, sir.
Yeah. And you're in Norway. I'm in California, so it's a big time difference. You're actually headed into Saturday at this time.
Almost. It's like 6:30 at night, Friday night, 6:30. So yeah.
Not too bad. Well, I want to talk about a new project you got with Leadfoot. It's your second, and it's not only a unique album, but the title is very unique. It's called Limited Edition Lava Lamp. Tell us about it.
Well, me and Tim, Leadfoot, which is his artist name, Tim Scott McConnell. We were sitting there one night and we tried to find an expression about our lives, right? And the way I lived my life, and we're lava lamps, just weird entities glowing in the dark. But at the same time, we're getting older. I'm 59, he's 64. So we figured out that we should go in and make the limited edition lava lamp. Just a little reminder of that life is short.
Yeah, no, I've been listening to it. It's very, very unique. I know it's kind of described as it's got some gothic sounds to it. It's alternative, but I also hear a little country flavor in there.
Yeah, it is. And the weird thing was that I brought in the country flavor.
Nice.
So. And I used to hate that fucking country music, but the older I get, the more I appreciate the lyrics. And at the same time, man, you don't want to do that diddly 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 stuff they're doing. So, but it's just what should I say? Growing up, getting older, you get to acknowledge that different music styles have different values, and so does country music. And it's probably the biggest genre in the world, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Some people say. Except shit music is the biggest genre.
Are you talking about rap or country?
I'm just talking about modern contemporary pop music.
And this album was actually recorded over 8 days at your home studio, correct?
Yeah. I got a pretty, I wouldn't say it's a home studio because I record a lot of domestic acts, and I worked with a lot of producers here from all over the world. So it's a pretty high-end place, right?
Right.
But we recorded it and mixed it in 8 days. So that was, I think that's maybe a world record. I think the last time that happened was the Black Crowes.
Wow.
In the 90s.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. I mean, to be done right there. Well, years ago, I did an album with the band I was in. We recorded one day, mixed the next. 2 days.
Yeah,
insane to do that, because you put a lot of work into those songs. You want to make sure you get all the focus on it. Were there a lot of overdubs for it?
No, they're pretty much all based on live takes, and then on some songs like the title tracks, we obviously do a lot of vocal overdubs, but pretty much all of it is just 2 guitars and maybe 1 overdub, and I never dubbed the main guitar or just kept it pretty clean,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
No, it's sounding really good. Like I said, I was listening
Thank
to
you.
it. It's raw sounding, which is great. I can tell there's not a lot of overdubs. I just like to ask that question a lot because things get
Yeah.
buried in the mix sometimes, and it just sounds unique. Did you write the songs in the studio as well, or did you bring those in?
We brought in about 50% each prior to the session. So we did some preparations, went through the arrangements a little bit, and the direction where we wanted it to go. And a couple of tracks we actually co-wrote as we went. So yeah.
Yeah. As you get comfortable with, working with people, I think that stuff just comes easier.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And who was the producer on this?
A guy called H.P. Gunderson and one guy called Hesthagen, which means horse garden. Those guys, they're a great team. The first guy I mentioned, he produces a lot of stuff out from LA too, Americana type of stuff and psychedelic pop.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted that type of force to be in the production.
Yeah. Are you guys planning to do any live shows to support this?
I'm pretty occupied with TNT from April to which is my main band from April till August with big festivals all over Europe. But me and Leadfoot are going on tour in October, November in Scandinavia, and then we'll see what happens. It's a strange world. I would love to play America. I mean, this is a perfect act for any American town, I think. So
yeah, no, it'd be great. So let's get to TNT now. I mean, you guys are been around for quite a while and playing all these shows in Europe. You're hoping to hit North America with TNT as well at some point?
I think I can't say anything now, but I know there's like a few gigs maybe confirmed as we speak. But then we're talking early next year.
Yeah.
So which is not far from now.
It's really not. I mean, I know we're heading into March as we record this very soon, and years are flying by. And I've been hearing things though where it's obviously very hard to tour these days with inflation and everything. So I'm sure you got to make it worthwhile coming over here or anywhere you go, because you can't just do one or two and be done with it, it seems.
Do you know, I have this strategy that I don't play necessarily for money all the time. I just want to explore the world. So I'll be open to any promoter in America that would like me to come and tour as a solo artist or with the TNT or anything, pretty much. You can't always go after the money. You got to just keep the faith in the music and the legacy.
Yeah, and you guys have quite the legacy there. I mean, you've got such a unique and accomplished technique. I mean, everyone does, but you just have one that's so different than everyone, I think. And it's really cool that you're exploring different styles of music with people that you're playing with.
Thank you, sir. That means a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's what is it about your technique that got you kind of started? And maybe I didn't word that properly, but something that got you interested in playing guitar, and then you developed this technique as you
I think it's an interesting question, because I think my technique has a lot to do with the fact that my first guitars had extremely high action, because I couldn't afford any high-end guitars in the old communist Norway in the 70s, right? So I got one guitar with extreme high action, but I got to know it. So I'm not good at playing arpeggios or anything. I just developed a technique around high action. That would be my answer.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm seeing your last album with TNT was a live album in 2019. Before that, you had one in 2018. Are you guys working on new music?
We are silently under the radar.
Okay.
So, but we're pretty excited. We just started writing a bunch of songs, and we met, rehearsed some of the old material, getting ready for the tour, and also touched new material. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What's a TNT show like? You get on stage, you walk out there on a festival or even a headlining show. What's a TNT show like for those who haven't seen you guys?
There's a lot of marshals, British marshals,
Wow.
and they're not fake, and we play most of the classic songs. We have like a dozen, and we experiment, and we have some surprises in the show. I mean, this is what we do. And we don't do it like the others. We have our own way of doing this. I'm proud to say.
Yeah.
I mean, each band feels like that. So maybe some of them would say, "Fuck you, Ronnie." But we've been around for 42 years. We just do it our way, and it's the TNT way.
Yeah. And you guys, I love how you said the Marshalls are not fake. There's a lot of them. So you're 100% live.
Yeah, we're 100% live. You can't believe in hard rock bands that's not 100% live. Backtrack hard rock bands, they can go fuck themselves. But then saying that, we do samplers now and then, but we're never on the grid with the backtrack. No, we never did that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have the right energy for me anyway. Some people might dig it, but I can tell when it's done on the grid.
Yeah. I'm a lot like you. I like to go to a concert. I like to know what people on stage are doing is what people on stage are doing, and not a computer running the show, pretty much.
Yeah, then I stay at home and watch it on television.
Yeah, exactly. Or listen to the album is kind of my
yeah
my
yeah. Why bother?
methodology.
Why
Right.
bother? No
Right.
surprises.
So anything else that you're working on besides this project and then the touring?
I produce quite a few bands. I'm also the guest guitar player with Cadaver, which is a Norwegian kind of not black metal, but old Norwegian dark metal band. With a drummer from Megadeth is playing on the album.
Oh, nice.
It's coming out in July on Nuclear Blast Records. So I'm keeping it up.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the album yet, because I'm just what should I rented hand. I did some guitar work, but it's coming out early July, I think, on Nuclear Blast. Cadaver, real heavy shit.
Awesome. Well, anything else you want to add, Ronnie? I know it's kind of short.
I think we had a brilliant conversation, and I just want to say that the world loves America. Stay with Europe, and let's stay together for democracy.
And you likely noticed that the first couple of questions, he was a little darker, and then the interview, he kind of shifted to a brighter setting. That's because they had 7 feet of snow in Norway as we were recording this interview, and he was having some internet connectivity issues. So we actually did get disconnected, and I'm glad that we were able to finish that interview. I was a little concerned we weren't going to make it because of the internet issues, but glad it worked out. Ronnie was definitely a pleasure to chat with, and looking forward to hopefully seeing him come to the States. And want to thank you for watching and listening like always, and be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and share button, and check us out at themusicuniverse.com for the latest news and concert reviews, and be sure to follow us at tmupod.com and on social media at The Music Uni. Take care.